What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dynasty, and today I'm bringing y'all one of the latest story times y'all ever gonna hear. So y'all just sit back and pay attention. First and foremost, let me show y'all this. That's a TV right there. I don't know if y'all can see that shit or not, but that's a lot of my stuff. Hopefully that turned out alright, because I'm driving, so I ain't got time to just, hold the camera perfect to the shit so y'all can see it. But anyway, I got a lot to talk about in this video. Basically what's going on is me and my wife are separated for right now, and it's gonna be two sides to every story, but the reason for this video is my side, so let's get into it. So I'm gonna break this down in segments, and the first part I'm gonna be talking to the ladies, second part I'm gonna be talking to the guys, and third I'm gonna just be talking in general, but all of it is gonna be basically about my relationship, but this might also help somebody else who might be suffering from the same situation or whatever. It might be on the other side. You might be a girl going through the same thing, or you might be a dude going through the same thing. But anyway, for the ladies, if you got a man that's trying, hold him down. Don't go into a relationship expecting that nigga to do everything perfect, because he ain't perfect. You're only gonna find perfection in God, first and foremost. A lot of time that's a cop-out, and a lot of people using the excuse, but the reality is, no one is perfect. So try to do right by the person that you with. If that person needs your help and support or something, do it. And in my situation, I feel like I wasn't getting that support and, love that I felt like I should have got, because of the fact that, I don't mind paying all the bills or whatever, so I was doing that. But on the other hand, if you got a girl that's constantly in your ear about random shit, and you doing your best, then of course eventually you gonna get tired of it. That's just human nature, to get tired of something going on. And it's only so much anybody can take. So another thing is, women don't always assume the worst when something going on. You can't always assume this is this way and that is that way, because you only looking at it from you judging from an angry perspective. You can't figure out what's what if you always angry about something, for one thing. Now to the fellas, including myself, because I'm not going to exclude myself from none of this. If you have a vision or goal, chase that shit to the fullest, man. Don't give up because of not having that support that you might think you should have. Family, girl, wife, whatever. If ain't nobody backing something you think gonna work out, put your best effort to that shit, and give it to God, and just go for it. Like, grind it out. If it work, it work. If it don't, just believe that God got something better for you. So just do that first and foremost, and then all the rest will fall in place to start. So if you got that hustle in you and believe in what you're doing and think they're gonna get you to the next level, then keep doing it. No matter how much money it's bringing in right now, just do what you got to do to get to the next level, and keep it pushing from there, and never let the next level be the last level. So that's the first thing as far as the fellas go. And like I said, from now on, like, I'm gonna go for my grind. I'm gonna go for what I believe gonna work, and gonna get me to the next level financially, and everything. So that's the thing that I wanted to say first. And, I'm gonna be rambling during this video, because I'm just talking straight out the head. Ain't none of this gonna be edited, stopping and starting to the next. Every time I stop this, you see a clip change, I'm going right into it again. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is, as far as in your relationship go, treat your woman right, do right by, because even another thing, all women ain't perfect. You gotta remember that. Ladies are not perfect, no matter how much you think they are. They are, they're human beings just like us. They gonna do shit that we do. They gonna say shit that we might say. So you gotta learn to kind of look past that in a way, but at the same time, don't let it be a consistent thing. And once you in a relationship, it's kind of hard to just, not making excuses or whatever, but it's just hard to completely be all in if things, even, I can't say not going your way, but if things just aren't aligning in a certain type of way, you kind of feel some type of way. And I'm just speaking from me as a man personally, and you start to look for it in other places or other people, and that's just a sad reality. And that's goes the same for women too. But you know, you really just can't do that. You know, that little piece that you miss. And even if you don't go out looking for it, like in my case, it'll find you. Like the attention that you looking for, the things that you seeking, it'll find you. But it won't find you in the person that you wanted to come from. So you gotta choose whether you want to deal with that, you know, from another person and accept, you know, starting over, or just everything else included, because that next person ain't gonna be perfect either. Or, you know, you accept the person, you know, you with for who they are, but at the same time, you gotta be like, the person you with gotta want to change and, you know, adjust their ways. You know, a lot of people say, well, I can't change nobody. You know, yeah, but God can. So, you know, you pray to God that, you know, he changed their mind, but they gotta want it for themselves. Because if they don't, shit, you know, things gonna inevitably be the same. So you gotta realize that, and you know, that's just it with that. So man, just keep, you know, following your grind, man. Just bottom line is, man, fellas, just do what it is that make you successful. Success ain't always money. Success ain't fame. Success ain't cars. Whatever you feel makes you personally successful, and whatever pushes you to succeed, you know, do it no matter the cost. And if, you know, your significant other gonna ride for you, they're gonna ride for you. If not, they not. But don't lose focus on what you know, you got set in your mind to do. And, you know, just, if you got that support person, you know, let them know what it is. Let them know what it is you trying to do. And, you know, tell them some ideas where they can help you or whatever. And, you know, motivate them to want to help you. But at the same time, you can only push people to do, you know, only so much. So they got to find in their heart to want to help you and want to be with you and do all that at the same time. And next, I'm just going to be talking in general, you know, and I'm going to get to the juicy stuff right after this. But in general, I'm going to talk, let's talk about love for 1 second. You know, when you love somebody, you love them no matter what's going on. You know, you find it hard to, you know, separate yourself from that person and everything. But true love can only be found through God, because he is love. And, you know, I'm going to get a little spiritual on y'all, but I ain't finna preach or whatever. So, I mean, until you have God in your life, you know, both sides, and truly, you know, value God and what he bring to y'all relationship, then it just ain't gonna work. That's just the honest fact, man. Because you could say you love somebody, but it's more of an action word. So if you ain't putting in that time and putting in that effort to show that you love somebody, you know, then at the end of the day, you know, you ain't doing nothing. Anybody can say they love you, but it's all about what you doing, what you know, bringing forth to that person to show that you love them. Like, are you doing this? And it ain't all about gifts and presents, but it don't hurt to, you know, show those things. And like, just say from a financial point, if you the type of person that just don't have the money to do something, you know, I'm the type of person, I'll make a card out of like fucking typing paper to, you know, say what I gotta say if I can't buy that. Or like, you know, a $5 flower if I'm just down or whatever to show, you know. And people know, like, whoever done been with me know I get expensive stuff when I got the money to, you know, do it. But when I don't, I just don't. So, and I know that applies to more than just me. So, you know, and it ain't all about the gifts, but what I'm saying is present something to the person you with as a token to show that, you know, you appreciate them, that you love them, and that you care for them. Whether it be yourself, you know, present yourself as, you know, as love, you know. And people always look at, oh, this is just sexy. He just want to do this with me. She just want to do that with me and dip or whatever. But, you know, if you in a relationship, you know, you have to at some point present your body as a point of love to that person, not just to get some. You know, it got to mean something to you once that's taking place and everything. So that's just me, you know. Show the person that you with that you love them. And another thing is, what are you willing to sacrifice for the person you with? And I ain't just talking about throwing your life on the line. Like, shit, you want to live, everybody want to live, but what are you willing to, you know, give up? What ways are you willing to give up for the person you with? What, you know, actions are you willing to throw away? Or what, you know, negatives that you have that you willing to, you know, give into the Lord's hands for the person you with? Like, what it is that you willing to give up. You know, and I know I'm repeating myself, but it means something. Like, if you're not willing to just, you know, and I ain't saying throw your life away again or throw everything that you worked hard for away, but what are you willing to, you know, give up for somebody? Because God gave up, you know, what his life, you know, and then rose from that too. So, you know, that's something nobody can do but him. So what are you as an individual willing to give up, you know, for the person you with? Like, what's a true sacrifice? Are you willing to change something about yourself to show the person that you with, that you really care for them or whatever, even if it's something you don't like, something you've been doing your whole life? You know, when it comes to the person you with, it don't matter how long you been doing something. That's just me and all that shit, man. Fuck that. You gotta change that, no matter what it is and no matter how long you've been doing it. You really just gotta do what it takes and do what's necessary if you want, you know, your relationship, your marriage, or whatever to work at the end of the day. And finally, you know, keep people out your business. I'm finna get into the real shit now, but the main thing is keep people out your business, whether it be your family, your friends, your bestie, your cousins, aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, children, whatever. You know, some stuff should just stay, you know, within your household. And this may be a little bit harder for women, but, you know, at the same time, you got to know, like, people every time you tell a story, when it gets to the next person, it's told 10 different ways. And the next person after that, it's told 20 more ways after that. So, you know, people gonna only hear what they want to hear at the end of the day, whether you telling it to them or somebody else telling it to them. So me personally, I feel like every family member gonna ride for their family. Everybody gonna say, well, no, I don't think, you know, y'all need to do this, y'all need to do that. No, sit each individual down that you need to do this and you need to do that. And at the end of the day, you know, that's that. But the best thing is about that, just keep people out of it. You won't have that problem in the first place. Now, so let me start this off by saying, you know, going back to when everything first started. Like, I'm gonna lead this back to when we first started dating or whatever. And I'm just gonna tell my whole last 6-7 years of my life story or whatever. So me being in college or whatever, I was riding with my homie, and then I might, at this part of the video, I might be stopping it or whatever, because I'm gonna be talking long, and I'm probably gonna might edit this part of the video. But anyway, and I'm gonna try to make it short as possible. But, you know, way back when I was in college, a school called Colin in Mississippi, you know, I was about almost through with graduating or whatever. So me and my homie, we was riding to this other town or whatever. And this when I'm very first meeting my wife or whatever. And it's this, you know, beforehand, it's this other girl I kind of had interest in or whatever at this school. But, you know, I didn't end up talking to her for whatever reason. I don't know. It just never happened. Like, we had genuine friendships, and that's me. I had too many genuine friendships before I even got into a relationship, for one thing. So when I did, you know, meet my wife or whatever at that, well, girlfriend at that time, you know, the first day I was going to meet her, you know, she couldn't even come see me because I ain't know she ain't had no vehicle or whatever. You know, I thought, you know, somebody was gonna bring her to this Walmart or whatever. So we was gonna meet up and see what was what, because I had a car at the time. So, you know, I was gonna see what was what and everything. And, you know, I got pissed off because she couldn't come, because I don't know whether she texted me or she called me, because I kept calling them like, I'm here or whatever. And, you know, me and my home was like, okay, when is she gonna come or whatever. So, you know, a couple of minutes passed, you know, and the shit started turning too long. So I'm like, okay, she ain't coming. And, you know, at that point, I was like, when she told me she couldn't come, I fucking threw my phone on the floor and just said, fuck it. And I was about to like, okay, nigga, we finna go to some other girl's house or whatever. Man, I hope that ain't no police. I don't know who the fuck that is with them lights on. As long as they ain't pulling me over. But anyway, I just was like, you know, fuck that shit, you know, because I had friends at the time, so I wasn't tripping. And my nigga was like, you know, he had girls too, so it wasn't nothing like that. But at the time, I was looking for something different. I got tired of just, you know, just fucking off whenever. So I was actually looking for something at the time. So after that, you know, I don't know what made me do it, but I ended up calling her. I called her back, and we ended up talking for a good little minute, and everything started to get cool again or whatever. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. And I told her, I was like, okay, I'm gonna ride up there again or whatever. So I did that, and Alright, y'all, I'm back. Had to get me something to eat, and I done arrived at my destination, so I'm gonna finish up this story time and try to make it quicker as possible. But it don't really matter, either you gonna watch it or you ain't anyway. So, let's see who I wanna play. Where I leave off at anyway? I think I left off at talking about when we first met or whatever. So yeah, after, let me speed it up a little bit. After, a couple of months passed, we was talking whatever. I say a few months, whatever. She came to my crib or whatever, and y'all know how I gotta go. Whoop de whoop. We had some fun or whatever, and things went down. And I'll probably tell that on another story time in full. But after that, and if y'all like these videos, like I said, support me. But those want to hear more about what I'm really going through. Anyways, we did it. Then, a couple more months passed or whatever. You know, shit got crazy because, I was out with my boys one night, and for the first time, I ended up getting into some stuff that I probably shouldn't have, because, they was trying to say, like, they had each got like they gave their number to a girl, and they was like, well, what you gonna do? You ain't get no number yet. So it's somewhat of a dare, but at the same time, you know, I actually got the other girls, the one that was left. I ended up actually getting her number, whatever, and we ended up talking or whatever. We never got the chance to do anything or whatever, which I wasn't really trying to, but that's just one of them times I ended up getting tempted and shouldn't have. Trying to prove that I could still talk to whoever, whatever. So, you know, after that, me and my girl had a few issues, whatever, but we worked that out and everything. And time go by, years go by, and whatever, and we get an apartment. For the, when was this? I think this was in 2015 or whatever. But we get an apartment, move in together. Um, both change jobs, get good jobs and everything. And things was pretty good for a while. We ended up getting married. A lot of people tried to, I think, push us to do it faster. But me personally, I wasn't rushing it. But we ended up getting married and everything. Stuff was straight for a while. Where I want to go? I need to change these ugly ass clothes. But things being straight for a while, you know, and during that time, we both ended up discovering, like, we both was talking to different people, not trying to, well, I don't know whether this person was trying to get with her or not, but we both was, I put like this, both entertaining other people, even if we wasn't trying to get with them, while we both trying to, get stuff straight for the wedding or whatever. So we find that out later down the road. We get into it about that and everything, and then I don't forgot what year this was, but a couple of years later, things go up and down as usual. But this a major turnaround. My wife ended up losing her job where she worked at and everything, and a lot of stuff fell back on me, and it was kind of frustrating because we was able to pretty much do anything we wanted to do because we both had good money or whatever. So things got tough then. It got frustrating for me, and but I toughed it out. Did what I had to do and everything. And around this time, this is when this is a little bit after she saw me talking to somebody, but I ended up finding out good while she was at this job, she was talking to this other dude, and shit went south from there. If y'all want fuller details about each of these individual moments, I'll do that later if y'all want. But enough about that. And after that, I started talking to somebody else. Then ended up finding out she was talking to somebody else again. I'm like, fuck, we just we both going up and down this road. So I feel like that was a good point in why we kind of at the point where we was at. But aside from that, we had smaller issues, but kind of bigger issues at the same time, because not only was the money starting to be an issue at that point, I felt like our relationship, started to just change because, I felt like a lot of people were saying, well, this is what, he's supposed to do anyway, and yada, yada, yada. And then, once she finally, somewhat got back on her feet or whatever, that same, we wasn't, handling business together anymore, and that still kind of frustrated me. And for the last 2 years now, it's been like that, and I kind of feel like, not that I've been used, but I just kind of felt like, hey, we in this together. Something gotta give somewhere. I was looking for some help and some support, but I toughed it up, said fuck it, did what I had to do anyway, and you know, all throughout this time, you know, it felt like the love had just, completely changed. It just got rough, and we ain't show love to each other like we used to. You know, we ain't do hardly nothing together anymore because for one, the money wasn't there. For two, I felt like the love was starting to change, and I ain't know what to do. So we worked it as far as we could for what it was. But now I don't know, cause we kind of, I don't know. I feel like we just on separate paths right now because I know I love her and I know she love me. Ain't no fronting there, but it's certain issues that I don't know, man. So I feel like I'm just at a point, I don't know what I want to do because it's like every time we get back to talking and things get on a good path, something, make it turn for the worse. And I really and truly heavily blame it on, like, different people's ideals on what a relationship should be, because every couple is different, and if y'all got different goals or different mindset, or anything like that, or whatever, it's just, it's gonna be some conflicts if both of y'all ain't on the exact same page and trying to work towards the same thing. So my thing is, if things do, change, I don't know, like, what it's got to be. We got to have similar focuses and similar, wants. And I know we both want to be successful and both want to have money, and both want to do things. But it got to be more than that. And me personally, I'm about to get into what I felt like I was missing. I felt like as a husband, I wasn't getting enough sex. I felt like as a husband, I wasn't even getting enough, support and, just genuine care. Because, every time things go crazy, I feel like, I'm the one who's mainly dealing with it, but I'm dealing with it alone. I feel like, I'm fighting alone, and it drove me to kind of, this nigga got in my way. It kind of drove me to a point where, like, I'm like, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, which I'm not saying any of that is right because it is wrong, but it just drove me to a point where I was, like, I'm willing to get it just simple conversation out of anybody, because I'm not getting that at home. Like, I walk in, I can't even get a hey, or, and they say you speak when you come in, so even if I do, I'm like, okay, where's a good kiss? I try to get a kiss, you turning your head, I'm like, and I'm talking about when things perfect, I'm like, what is this? And on good days, it's like, genuine fun ain't there no more. We used to have genuine fun, and that's kind of what I mainly miss back, like, the conversations of genuine fun is it has left somewhere. And like I said, I believe it's because a lot of people have different perspectives and different ideas on what a relationship supposed to look like, it's supposed to be, or whatever. But everybody unique and everybody different. So I'm about to wrap this video because I don't know how long it is at this point, and I don't know, I might bring y'all another one. I actually did 2 reactions the other day, but my camera cut off on both of them, and I was so pissed because I actually worked hard on them reactions. But I said I was gonna not make another reaction video, but I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep the grind up and actually do more videos because I feel like that's something I'll be end up, I feel like that's a passion of mine, to make these and just create some good content, something people might want to hear, and hopefully help somebody down the road. But anyway, I know you watching this, and if you see this or whatever, I still love you and everything. I don't know what things going from here, but no matter what, I'm, man, I don't know. I'm just, I'm saying what I'm looking for if things was to change, because You know, I feel like I gave it my all. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I gave every dime, every dollar I had. I put forth every effort to just, make sure things was straight. I went to, even though, I don't know, I put up with certain stuff that I felt like I probably shouldn't have as a husband, but I did it anyway. And I can say the same for certain stuff she felt like she put up with that she didn't have to as a wife or whatever. But as far as just genuine fun and genuine care, I felt like that left somewhere down along the way. And, I don't know if it's going to return or not. If it does, then hey, I don't know what can happen. But, and then the fucked up thing is, the most is this is actually, our anniversary month and our anniversary day coming up in like a week or two. So that's what's fucked up even worse. So, and then, having a kid kind of handles and, I'm not going to blame my daughter for any of this, but, having a child or children in general can kind of hinder the time you have spent with a person. And she won't, she know this though, and this ain't no lie. She won't let our daughter like catch a break from us. Like, she'll hold on to anybody want to keep her. She'll say she don't mind, which she probably don't. But when the time come down for them to actually get her, like she'll be like, oh well, this came up, or she'll just not message the person, or just pretending to forget about it or whatever. Which I know that's a front, because it done happened too many times. And I feel like I can't. What time do we have together if we always have our daughter around? And then like if we argue whatever, the last argument we had, she was taking it to the next level in front of our child. And I'm like, I did it before, but I just got to a point like I ain't gonna do this shit around her. So, but then, she turned around and did it. But I can't just not have that I'm looking for. It's they say that 80-20 is that 20% when it's something that you really have to have. Like, as for me as a dude, like I need that. I need that sex. I need that genuine love and touching shit. Like, I'm that type of person, and if I ain't getting it, man, I'm the type I'll find it some kind of way. And I know that's crazy, but shit, it is what it is, man. So I'm gonna end it on that note, because I ain't trying to make this video no 2-hour video. And I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll bring out some more content later. That's kind of like my life wrapped up in a shell for the past 6-7 years or whatever. So hit the like button, comment on whatever I should do next, or I'm gonna bring out some more reaction videos and some more shit later, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.
Essence, born with less, but you still precious. Just smile for me now.